All right, what's up, everybody? Bienvenidos todos. Si están viendo hoy. So I hope everybody's doing good today. And here we have the Thanos image that we're going to be using. And then we have the stencil on the left here. And just like always, you can find the links to both of these down in the description. Completely free to download and use. So... Hola amigos, bienvenidos. Si están viendo hoy, aquí están las imágenes que vamos a usar hoy. Y como siempre, en la descripción del video pueden hallar estas imágenes gratis para que las puedan usar, recortar y repetir el proceso en privado como ustedes quieran. So, hopefully that helps some of you guys out. Down in the description, you'll also find the links to the materials for the stencil, as well as the airbrush I'm using, the paint, and all of that. So también en la descripción van a hallar el link para el plástico del que voy a usar para las plantillas, y también para el aerógrafo que voy a usar y para las pinturas que estoy usando. Y usando esos links, si compran esas cosas, también ayuda al canal para traerles más videos como este. So using those links down in the description, if you use those, you buy those using those links, it helps the channel out, and it helps bring you guys more videos like this in the future. So again, here's our stencil kind of cut out already, and I'm sorry for that glare. Let me go close that window real quick. So déjame cierrar la ventana para que les quite esa mirada de ahí. What's up, Nightmare Rick? Gracias. Thank you, man. Thank you. So, okay, here we have our stencil. And hopefully we have enough light there. And I've ordered a new camera, but it's not here yet. So the videos will get a little bit better here with just a little bit of time. So he ordenado otra cámara nueva, pero todavía no me ha llegado. So aquí en una semana o unos días me llega y ya los videos van a cambiar de calidad otra vez. So, aquí tenemos nuestra plantilla, ¿verdad? Recortada todo. So, lo primero que vamos a hacer es nomás quitar esta parte de afuera. Y la verdad que no necesitamos esta parte. Hay razones por que la vas a querer, a lo mejor al rato para retocar, pero por el momento no la necesitamos. So, you really don't need this. So I'm just going to start off by taking it off. It's good to keep it just in case you need to retouch some of these areas here and you want to add some highlights with some white and make them nice and sharp. You could keep this and do that at the very end. But for the most part, you could just set this aside and not worry about that for now. And we're going to start off with the outside. And we're going to make up the space scene that you see in the reference picture. And let me bring up that reference just so we could have it down in the corner there. So voy a poner la referencia aquí en la esquina para que ustedes sepan de lo que estoy hablando. I'm just going to put this here so you guys know what I'm talking about when I'm saying it. Right, we'll leave that right there in the corner. Okay, so we're going to start off with the background, right? We're going to make that space that you see down around that edge right there. So vamos a hacer la área que es como en el espacio, que es todo alrededor de la plantilla. Y vamos a empezar con un poco de rojo. So we're going to start off with some red. And let's just create text bright red. And I'm just going to kind of haze it in. So nomás le voy a dar rojo. Más o menos un poco alrededor, así. As you can see, I'm kind of hazing it in. I'm not really going sharp with it or nothing. I'm just throwing it around. And I'm going to do the same thing on this side. And you don't have to worry about all this too much. We're going to cover it with black, so it's all going to be covered up and you won't see that. But once you have that red in there, go ahead and switch to some yellow. So ya poniendo ese poquito de rojo así nomás. Y nomás es para darle un poco de base. Vamos a cambiar el amarillo. Y le vamos a dar amarillo sobre el rojo. Para combinarlo. So we're gonna blend in the yellow and the red here. And we're just gonna kind of come in and around the edge of the stencil all the way around. Y nomás le vamos a dar toda esta orilla de aquí de la plantilla. No le tienes que dar todo el papel, nomás aquí esta orilla. So we're only hitting this edge around the stencil with the yellow. Don't have to hit the whole thing with yellow. And I'm just kind of blending that yellow in and making like a nice orangey, bright, color there. And yellow is always one of those colors that gets clogged because it gets kind of gummy if it sits for a little bit. So once you have that in there, right? And let's see if I can get rid of that glare. There you go. Cool. So once you have that right there, come back in with some black. So ya nada más vamos a regresar con negro. And we're going to kind of start blending it in like how we see in the picture and just work it in slowly in some of these parts, like closer to the stencil. So aquí estas partes más cercanas a la plantilla le vamos a dar ligeramente forma a la parte de afuera en el espacio, ¿verdad? Y nomás le estoy dando rápidamente forma, no es algo que voy a tomar todo el día, porque quiero que quede medio borroso para que se mire como que está lejos, ¿verdad? So I want it to be kind of blurry. I'm not really going in nice and sharp. I kind of want to give it depth, so this is, a good way is to just leave it kind of blurry out there and then darken up the whole edge, because out in space is dark. So ya nomás le voy a rellenar aquí con negro. Y la verdad que le podemos dar más, ¿verdad? Si le quiera dar azul y más verdes y así. Pero por ahorita nomás le voy a dar así amarillo y rojo como está en la foto. Right, so I could go off and detail space and add some galaxies and some planets. But for today we're just going to hit it like the picture is. And we're just going to kind of do that yellow-red kind of fire type of space. We're just going to come in here. It doesn't have to be all detailed. Again, we want it to be kind of blurry because it's in the background. And then just hit that edge really good. Make sure you darken that all the way up around. Alright. And then here's a quick tip for making stars. ¿Verdad? Aquí les va un consejo rápido para si quieren hacer estrellitas, ¿verdad? Si quieren que les queden muchas estrellitas en estas áreas de afuera. Right? You want lots of little stars going around there. I'm just trying to get rid of this glare up here because that's black. If I get rid of that, that's black. Let me just close that window again. Okay. There is no winning with the light, so this is as good as it's gonna get. It's kind of dark, but it looks good on camera. So, quick tip for making all the stars in the back, ¿verdad? So, para hacer todas las estrellitas, we're going to take a piece of our stencil right here, right? And this is just a piece that was extra from cutting out a stencil. So, esta es un parte del plástico de la plantilla que nomás me he sobrado de otras plantillas que he cortado. Y la he doblado, ¿verdad? So, I folded it into like a V, like this, right? And we're going to take our white, and what I'm going to do is place the gun right up in there, right, like that. And after it builds up some paint up in here and we spray it out, it's going to kind of shoot out the paint into little dots. If you see those right there. So, usando esta parte de aquí, y cuando la pintura se acumula aquí, pero cuando el aire la salpica, les da buenos puntitos, buenas estrellitas, y se pueden acercar y hacerle más rápidamente aquí en estas áreas. So if you want to get in close and add maybe little clusters in there, this method is pretty good for that. This is quick, easy space. You can see it's just appearing out of nowhere. And it's just a good little star. So para hacer así partes donde hay muchas estrellas, just make sure you keep it nice and straight. If you start hitting it at too much of an angle, the little dots start appearing skewed. So make sure you keep it straight. So estén seguros de mantenerlo derecho, porque si le dan así mucho al ángulo, los puntos se van a hacer más angulados y no se van a ver tan bien, ¿verdad? So there you have all the space in the back. And I like to go back and this edge, all these dots in the edge, I'm just gonna go back and hit them with yellow. So aquí todos estos puntos alrededor de la plantilla, a mí me gusta darles otra vez con el amarillo. Right? And it's just gonna tint all those dots yellow and kind of make the yellow in the back stronger and bring some of that kind of depth kind of going in. Right? So nomás le doy amarillo sobre los puntos y luego le voy a dar ligeramente otra vez otra pasada con las estrellas. And I've done some blacks, but I'm gonna do some black stars. That's what I kind of meant to say. I'm just gonna do a few. As you can see, I kind of did some in there, and then a little bit on this side. So nomás estoy dando un poco de estrellas negras. Ya, sobre más un poco alrededor. And then you can clean this off, right? So just use a rag and you can clean off that tip if you start building up way too much on there. And then just add a little bit of white dots. Y ya nomás le voy a dar blanco sobre el amarillo. And those little white dots, once, you know, if you throw clear over this, they're going to really stand out over the yellow dots. And just a little bit, you know, that's all it takes, just a few of them. You don't have to really go all crazy with it. Okay, so for this picture here, we're going to be working from dark to light colors, right? So para esta foto de aquí, vamos a estar trabajando de colores oscuros a colores claros, ¿verdad? A colores blancos. So, empezando con todas estas áreas que tenemos recortadas, y aquí para que se den cuenta, estas partes de aquí están recortadas y no están rellenadas. También la parte alrededor de los dientes están recortadas, pero no las he puesto, ¿verdad? So, no hay nada aquí. También en todas estas partes aquí, no hay nada sobre todas esas partes. So I've cut all these out right around the teeth and stuff, and those I haven't pasted them on there. So that's empty right there. Around the eyes is empty. I've cut out the eye, but these nostrils, all this stuff's already cleared out in here. You know, I don't actually have those placed in there. And if there was a way to kind of show you, you see that right there. This is in there, but all these are not in there. You can kind of tell right there, right? So he quitado todas esas y nomás dejado la parte mayor alrededor. So lo que voy a hacer es voy a empezar con negro y le voy a dar sobre todas estas áreas abiertas. So I'm just going to come in with some black and I'm just going to hit all these areas that I've already have open here. And then, you know, we're going to go from there. So I'm just going to go ahead and fill all those areas in with black. Right, so nomás voy a empezar por rellenar todas esas áreas con negro ligeramente. No hay que darle tantas cubridas, nomás unas dos pasadas. Right, so you only got to hit these in, you know, pretty good. You don't have to, you know, cake paint in there or nothing. Just hit them up, one pass, two pass, and the black's gonna cover, you know. Just trust in your black. And try to not to get oversprayed along the edge. So traten de no que les salpique la pintura sobre la afuera de la parte de la plantilla. Y si quieren pueden usar la parte exterior y ponerla para atrás para que les cubre esta área de afuera acá. También tener cuidado con los puntos que aquí toqué, la parte de atrás. So be careful with the dots in the back too. If they're not dry, you could touch it and smear it like I've done over here. So be careful with that. It's alright. I'll show you how to fix something like that here in a second. Pero está bien, ahorita les enseño cómo arreglar algo así sin batallar. So, nomás le estamos rellenando aquí todo esto con negro. ¿Ya? Estas partes de aquí. Right, and we filled all that in. And actually we could go ahead and take off. Ya podemos quitar esta parte de abajo de la boca. So we could take this piece off here. And we don't want to completely fill this in. We want to just kind of shade it in with black. So esta parte no la queremos cubrir completamente, nomás la queremos dar un sombreado con el negro. Así nomás, ligeramente. So just slightly fill that in with black. We're just shaded in. Right? We're not completely filling it in. Nothing like that. And once we're here, we can pretty much, I believe, peel all this off. So ya teniendo esta parte de aquí, podemos quitar todo de la cabeza. Right? So we can take all this off. And we've been using the 3M Super 77 spray glue. And you know what? I'll add a link in the description to it after I finish. I actually should have put that in a long time ago. I gotta cut this right here. Right, we could take this whole piece off. So ya aquí ya podemos quitar toda esta parte de aquí. Y vamos a empezar con morado. So we're going to start in with some purple here. And this is where your French curve really comes in handy. Your little freehand work comes in handy. If you've been practicing your dagger strokes, your lines and your dots, this is where they're really going to come in handy, and you're going to really start to show off your abilities here. So first things first, we're going to just fill this whole neck area kind of in, right? We're going to use our reference down there, and we're going to kind of start building up our area down here. And first thing I noticed in the picture is that we have a big shadow that kind of comes down right here, and then it kind of fills in this whole area right here. So aquí nomás empezando usando la referencia, ¿verdad? Lo primero que me doy cuenta es que hay una sombra muy grande aquí y tiene sus músculos aquí que vienen de sus venas. Right, so he has these muscles that come in off his veins right here. Right. Same thing over here. He kind of has this little divot right here. And then he has his wrinkles right here. So aquí ya le podemos empezar a dar detalle y darle sus áreas oscuras y altas. So we can start working in some detail, you know, off of what you see in the reference picture. And I try to find a pretty good quality reference picture for you guys, so that you guys can really get in there and pull wrinkles and stuff. So les he encontrado una foto de referencia muy buena, y ahí ustedes les pueden sacar arrugas y todo eso a la referencia para que le puedan dar muy buen detalle. Y todo lo que estoy haciendo es aquí con el morado transparente es empezar a darle detalle a estas áreas. Right, and using the transparent purple, you're able to just start building in details as you see them little by little. Just keep looking at your reference and kind of working it in there. And this area is really dark, so it's hard to see, but you know, just go in there and get it in there. Okay, this area over here, kind of start working in your wrinkles there, and that's why we have these wrinkles cut out so that it's real easy to see what you're supposed to be painting, you know, going off of your reference again. And right here around the lip, this is where you start bringing in your French curve, right? You want to build the lip, so kind of find your edge, get the edge, build the other side. So, usando aquí su curva ya pueden empezar a hacer los detalles de sus labios. Y usando las arrugas aquí, las líneas que hemos recortado, pueden encontrar dónde más o menos van estas áreas y empezar a rellenarlas como las ven. And don't be afraid to get in there nice and dark, because we could always lighten it up. You know, so just start working in your detail, using in your wrinkles here as a good reference point. And transparent purple is a pretty good color to build detail with, because it's a nice flowing color, and it comes out nice and easy, straight out of the bottle. You don't have to reduce it too much. You know, if you reduce it a little bit, you'll be good, but you really don't have to. And all we're doing is just building it up. On this side over here, there's a great big white highlight here. So just be careful not to go too dark or not to go too wide with your spray. Keep it in nice and simple, nice and sharp. As you can see, I'm just working my way up and down and just building up these details little by little. So, usando el morado aquí, nomás le estoy empezando a dar el detalle a estas áreas ligeramente, usando la referencia y tomando mi tiempo aquí nomás en acumular el detalle y moviendo mi mano hacia arriba, hacia abajo, porque así más o menos va la piel del Thanos aquí. Y solamente estoy usando la referencia y nuestros puntos de la plantilla aquí para saber dónde ponerle detalle y dónde van los detalles que se ven en la referencia, ¿verdad? Y estando seguro de no trabajar con un spray muy grande, muy esparramado, pues, trabajando muy cercano, muy detallado, y nomás ligeramente jalándole para atrás al gatillo, haciendo estos puntos muy finos y combinando nuestra plantilla con nuestro dibujo a mano libre, ¿verdad? Pero ya teniendo estas líneas es muy fácil saber dónde va el detalle, ¿verdad? Dónde lo van a ir agregando. Right, make sure you get your dry tip off. So you get a nice even spray. And this whole side of the drawing might be a little bit weird because I'm behind the camera right here. So toda esta área de acá del dibujo me puede salir un poco variada, pero porque estoy atrás de la cámara tratando de ver. So, sí. But again, just try your best to get the details in there. So working our way up here, right, we're gonna start working on his more of his upper lip here, and this stencil here has a perfect little kind of edge here for his lip, and do the same thing going the other way. Sí, usando la curva pueden hacer sus orillas de los labios aquí y luego hacer detalle alrededor. Right, so all we're doing is using that edge to build the edge of the lips and then kind of working in our purple to accent the black that we have there and what we've done with the with the purple and the French curve there. So here, as you can see, I have these little notches in his wrinkle here, and that's for these little lines that he kind of has going here. So aquí pueden ver, tengo estas líneas aquí en esta área y eso es para hacer sus arrugas que tiene aquí marcadas él. So I'm just kind of using those to mark those in. And then we come in and shade all this. Again, just use your reference best you can. Right, and this whole area is pretty dark right here. And we could take our small number 1 curve here and we can use this to make our nose. So aquí usando nuestra curva y la plantilla podemos hacer nuestra nariz. Y esto nos va a dar esa orilla muy fina y usando estas arrugas aquí nos va a dar donde poner la plantilla. So again, using our wrinkles here, we come in with the French curve and we just mark those in nice and close. And then maybe that top one, maybe we want something like this going the other way, right? And then we could kind of come in off the sides here. Bam, right? Simple, quick. And then just come in off of the nose, off the sides, and round it out. Right, and it's important not to forget that that you can always go back and lighten it up. So don't be afraid to get in there, get nice and dark. And don't be afraid to get nice and close. So no tengan miedo de meterse bien cercanamente. Y no se preocupen si algo les sale muy oscuro porque le pueden usar blanco y le pueden meter detalle en esas áreas o lo pueden blanquear y luego intentarlo otra vez. Y así nomás le estamos metiendo el detalle que vemos en la foto. And it's easy once you have the cutout, right? Because it's all marked out for you there. But it's good to understand how to blend this all in together and get that all to look really nice in there. And again, we'll just keep working in detail as you see on the stencil. Make sure to keep it nice and simple, nice and light. You don't have to go in dark right away, and just take your time building up these tones. And again, I'm kind of this side over here, I'm trying to avoid it, but I need to get to it eventually. And as you can see, we're just kind of building in some wrinkles going across here. And building up this little skin texture he has. And we have our little eyes are cut out and they're in there, so you know, so nuestros ojos están recortados y están hasta ahí puestos, también nuestros dientes. So no se preocupen si se mira un poco raro ahorita. You know, you can use your curve here if you want to do some of these wrinkles in nice and sharp. Right? And maybe even up here. So aquí pueden usar su curva para hacer estos arrugas aquí. Igual, aquí estoy atrás de la cámara, eso se me hace un poco difícil hacer. I think that's pretty good. I don't want to push it too much. We just keep working it over here. Oh, the ear. And we come in with our straight edge off of our big stencil here. Alright, now we can just finish off this forehead up here. And there you go. You really have to do a little more detail here. And actually, I'm just going to hit this edge right here with this. There you go. So there we go. We got that. Then we're going to switch to some gray. So ya aquí vamos a cambiar a gris. Vamos a quitar nuestros ojos. So we can take off our eyes. And we can take off our teeth. Podemos quitar nuestros dientes. Oh, actually, just take off the top teeth for now. So nomás quiten los dientes de arriba por ahorita. Que vamos a empezar primero a hacerle detalle, ¿verdad? So we're gonna come in. We're gonna place our curve here, and we're just gonna hit that bottom edge on those eyes. I want that bottom edge to have that gray. So nomás queremos que quede gris sobre la parte de abajo. Volteando con el gris. And then we're gonna start building on the teeth, right? So igual con los dientes, nomás le voy a empezar a dar a estas orillas. I'm just gonna start by building up these edges of the teeth. And they're kind of already marked off for you, so it's simple enough. Make sure you keep your stencil clean. This last one here. And then build this up. Sí, no estoy trabajando los dientes con la plantilla. Actually, we should have started with the bottom teeth, but it's fine. We can take off the bottom teeth now, so ya podemos quitar los dientes de abajo. And I actually want to put those top teeth back in. Y voy a reemplazar los dientes de arriba, porque la verdad que debemos empezar con los dientes de abajo primero. Pero está bien, podemos reemplazarlos. Esta es una manera muy fácil. Y igual le voy a dar hasta las orillas, como le dice arriba. Right, so again, I'm just going to hit those edges just like I did on the top teeth. I'm just using gray, hitting those edges. As you can see, I hit these edges going that way, this way, and then I'm going to hit them going that way on this side. Right? As you can see, that's kind of quick, and then just round them out. Right. Son más alrededor así. Y luego le voy a dar un poco de negro. So I'm just going to take a little bit of black. And I'm going to soften up the edge off the top. Oh, that's purple. Wrong color. So un poco de negro sobre la orilla. La arriba de los dientes, right? So I'm just going to hit that top edge real quick. These teeth. That's pretty much it. We can take that one back off. So ya podemos quitar esta de ahí. Y luego nomás voy a tomar un poco de negro y le voy a dar sobre la orilla a los dientes. So I'm just going to take some black and shadow in these last few teeth. Right along that edge of the lips there. And that kind of sinks them in. Makes them look rounded out. Right? Same thing on these eyes. I'm just going to add a pupil to the eye right in the middle. Like that, a nice dot right in the middle. Same thing on the other side. So nomás le estoy dando un punta a los ojos. Aquí en el medio. Right, simple, quick, fast. And maybe we want to hit some of these edges with the black again too. So ya aquí ya le podemos dar un poco más de detalle con el negro a estas áreas. Aquí en el cuello. Y luego vamos a cambiar a gris. So then I'm going to come in with some some gray. And I'm just going to hit some of these areas up over the purple. And what that's going to do is kind of create that purple skin kind of tone that he has going on. And it's going to give us a good base for when you start adding the highlights. So poniendo el gris sobre el morado nos va a dar ese color de la piel que tiene el Thanos, ¿verdad? Que es como morado, pero es morado como que está viejo, ¿verdad? So he's purple, but he's like has like this old man tone to him. That's what the gray will do. And darken up this area around the nose. Right, so this is darker. So aquí le vamos a dar con el negro, esta área abajo de la nariz, usando nuestra curva. So I'm just going to take our French curve there, add a shadow underneath each nostril there, and then shade them in together right in the beginning, in the middle there. Bam. And that gets his nose out there nice and bright. It looks like it's popping out. Cool. So we can start moving on to our gauntlet here. And I would like to start with this piece. With this piece right here. So ya podemos empezar con la mano. Y voy a empezar con esta parte de aquí. Right, and if you look on the reference, he has a lot of like it's like layers to this area, right? So I'm gonna switch to some brown. So aquí voy a cambiar a café. Y si se dan cuenta, en esta área Thanos tiene como capas de armadura, pues. So aquí voy a tomar un poco de café. Y usando nuestra orilla aquí, right? So we're going to take our edge here. And we're going to kind of add those separations in. Right? And just slightly hit them with the brown. You don't have to be too crazy. So aquí nomás denle con el café. Ligeramente. No le tienen que dar capas tan gruesas, ¿verdad? Nomás ligeramente. Y sí, den en la forma que ven sobre su referencia. So we're just using the reference picture and kind of building up these lines. Then we're going to shade them in the way we see on the reference picture. So a little bit of light brown here. Works really good. So clogged. There we go. Oh, this airbrush is getting backdraft. I think the bottle was clogged, but it's okay. And keep on right here. We just start building it up. So, aquí ya son nuestras orillas. Vamos a regresar con negro. Y igual nomás empezar a darle la figura de la mano aquí. So we're just going to take some black. And we're going to kind of shape our edges again, right? As best you can. Right, so you can see there, we can start moving in close. We're just slowly building up the gauntlet. So let's get this curve here. And the other side. And again, be careful here because we don't have our exterior stencil in there, so be careful not to get overspray all over your nice space backdrop. As you can see, all we've done is built up in there. We've got our wrinkles off of our gauntlet there. And we could go ahead and take this piece out over here. Right. And we're going to take some black. And we're just going to hit this over here. Going to cross it because this is part of his suit right here. So esta parte es parte de su traje, pero está negra. So aquí nomás le vamos a dar un poco de cruzado así para que le dé textura y sombrearlo hacia afuera. Right, so that's pretty much that. And then we could take this last piece off. So ya podemos quitar esta parte final. Make sure to leave your what are these called, life stones or whatever they were called in the movie. Make sure to leave that in there. And again, just gonna come back in with some brown. Use your French curve set, you know, and start building up the shape that you see there. So igual, nomás usando nuestra curva y nuestro café, vamos a empezar a darle el detalle que vemos sobre la referencia. So all we're doing is coming in here, working in this little bit of detail that's there. Come back in with a little bit of black because there's just a tad bit. Like right here. Son más dándole el detalle que se ve en la foto, ¿verdad? And we're gonna shade it in off the bottom there. Just like that. Then we're gonna start with our fingers. So aquí ya podemos empezar con nuestros dedos. Y vamos a empezar con este dedo de aquí. So we're gonna actually no. We're gonna start with this finger over here. All right. And we're gonna use the same finger that we just took off. We're gonna just move it down a little bit like this. We're gonna take a little bit of black and we're gonna hit that edge. So usando nuestro mismo dedo que acabamos de quitar, vamos a tomar un poco de negro y le vamos a dar sobre la orilla así. Y luego le vamos a dar a la orilla de abajo. Right, just like that. And then we're gonna take our edge here. We're gonna leave a little edge, and then we're gonna place our edge, and just a little bit there. See, that gives us that little highlight. Same thing on the other side. But you don't want it to connect all the way across. Simple. Add some brown. Right, shade it in with brown, the whole thing. It's like, I got like a golden brown going on there. And that's fine. You can move on to the next finger. So ya aquí podemos cambiar el dedo que sigue. And this finger kind of has a little bit of more shape going on, so we're going to take this piece here. And we're going to take some black again. We're going to hit this edge. Hit this edge and around the bottom. Gonna move this just down just a bit, so bájenlo poquito, and then we're gonna make a line right here and a line over here. Bam. Then we come in here and we could add just one that way and one that way. Simple. And again, just take a little bit of that brown, lay it over. Moving on to the next finger. Right, and all we're doing is building up what we see in the picture. So, but we're going to take this, we're going to take that same finger we just took off, we're going to flip it around. Take a little bit of black. Hit that edge. So usando el mismo dedo que quitamos, luego lo vamos a voltear. We're gonna flip it back over. We're gonna move it up just like that, and we're gonna hit that edge again. We could take it off, or actually no, leave it on, and hit it going down. Hit the other side and hit it across. And then we can take it off. And I'd probably use that same one, just going up. Simple. Darken up these little areas right here. Throw some brown over it. And last finger. Ya podemos quitar el último dedo. The 3M is not letting me down. It's really stuck on there. Good. I'm going to take that same edge and we're going to put it up like this. And we're going to come up from this side like this. Same thing on this side. Hit that edge across, hit this edge right here. Then we're going to take this side and we're going to add 1 and 2 wrinkles. Simple. Throw some brown. Right, and it's starting to get the gauntlet kind of look, and I know it's weird when you look at it close, but when you start really, looking at it from far and start really just taking an appreciation of what is actually looking all together, you really start seeing it build up. And then again, we're going to take this piece off. Take this whole thing off. Leave our stones behind. And that leaves the rest of your gauntlet there. So ya quitando lo demás, ¿verdad? Y aquí ya le podemos empezar a dar color y vamos a empezar con el café. Right, so we're just going to start building up with brown. And I'm just going to kind of go ahead and shade it, the whole thing in kind of, brown. So nomás voy a empezar por colorear más o menos toda esta área café. Let that dry off pretty good. And then I'm going to come in See this thing we took off? We're gonna move it down just a little bit. And we're just gonna hit these. That's not black. Y le damos a dar aquí a donde se meten estas partes. So anywhere where these bends are, we're gonna hit those bends, right? So that just gives us that. Then we're gonna take our stencil here, and then we're gonna line it up with that bend, and we're gonna come down off of that. Same thing on the next one. Just use that bend, hit that edge. We just start using the curve, build up that edge of the gauntlet there. As you can see, we kind of already got a few edges easily in there, and not every edge is lit, the same way. So it's okay to have some that are kind of lit going down, so that really gives it the edge look. And maybe some shadows extend past the edge there. You could go back and kind of fill those in. Then we're gonna just build edges around these, so it looks like sockets. So vamos a darle orilla a nuestras joyas aquí, no sé cómo se dice en español, los stones, las piedras, right? And there's tons of detail here in the picture, so if you want to take your time and really detail it out, obviously this is the time to do that. So en la foto hay mucho detalle aquí, y la verdad que si ustedes quieren agregarle todo ese detalle es muy bien, pero yo por nomás para el video nomás le voy a hacer rápidamente aquí unos detalles para que ustedes se den idea. Y además lo vamos a cubrir más o menos ahorita en unos segundos, lo vamos a cubrir con las luces altas que salen del diseño aquí. So you can really go and detail this out if you want to, but we are going to cover this up with those beams that are really coming off of this glove here. But I do encourage you to go in there and maybe add some of that detail. Don't be afraid to get in there, All right, so there we go. We got pretty much all that in there. And I would recommend, well, actually we have this side. See? This side over here. And this side's pretty easy, so we just take this off. And it's the same colors as this. So we can just take that off there. We're going to give it a brown shadow. So igual aquí esto nomás es poco de café. ¿Verdad? Darle base de café. Y usando la misma parte que quitamos, ¿verdad? So let that dry up. Using that same piece we cut off. We're going to move it over a little bit, and we're going to hit that edge just like that. Maybe hit that edge again like that, and then we're just going to skew it a little bit and hit it again. Bam. Bring a line coming off of there. There you go. Goes in there. So again, here we're going to add our colors. Or actually, no, we're going to add our white highlights. I recommend before we do the stones, we're going to add our highlights to all of this. Right, so we're going to come back in with some white. And using our French curve here, maybe we just want to add some little highlights to some of this. Maybe just want to soften this up a little bit. So, antes de agregar todo el color que le vamos a dar a nuestras piedras aquí, le vamos a dar nuestras luces altas aquí. Menos estas áreas donde se miran partes muy oscuras, donde ustedes ven en la foto que hay luces altas. Es muy bueno darle en este momento. Y usando nuestra curva podemos hacer luces altas pero muy definidas, sin tener que repegar todo, ¿verdad? So you can use your French curve here, and you don't have to really stick everything back on and really give it some highlights. You can just use your curve and just some of those areas that you see it might need a little bit of a shine. You know, you can hit it with it simple, you know, you don't have to go too crazy with it. Maybe you just want to re-outline that lip. See? Just because there's a little white highlight hitting that inside of the lip there. Just lightly, you know, just lightly. You don't have to go in there really dark. So, más ligeramente le estamos dando aquí un poco de luces a los labios. Y nomás usen su referencia para más o menos que se den cuenta de dónde van. Right, so again, we're using our reference to really kind of build up this area and build in our highlights here. And again, since we did the gray earlier, you know, any white that you put, it's really going to show up. So, you know, be careful, but also have fun, because then you can go and really add some highlights in areas. I'm just highlighting the eyes. So all we're doing is just kind of brighten up some of these areas, giving the skin some texture, add some nice little dots. So empezando a darle textura a la piel, ¿verdad? Usen nuestros puntitos así finos. Right, so just give all those areas some nice little highlights. Use your edge to really build in those tones there. Right. Same thing over here if you want to hit this edge. Because we put that gray, you know, you put that white in there and it's going to give you that edge. It's going to look nice. And again, like anything else, like any other picture, you could really spend all day just kind of going in there and finding anywhere you want to add some highlights. And everybody's going to stop at a different place, obviously, you know, but the longer you take, usually, you know, the nicer it looks, but can't say that about everything. I'm just trying to find some edges here. And I'm just trying to find some edges wherever I can add some little details here and there. And forgot to move you guys. There you go. You know, you got your Thanos kind of sitting in there pretty good. You know, once you're happy with it, maybe even add some white highlights to some of this stuff. You know. And you could really just take all day and detail all this out, and you know, I really want to, just because it's a cool painting, but I plan to do it again, so it's really no big deal. But once you're happy with it, right? Oh, and then maybe you want to highlight some of these stars. Once we're here with the white already, you know, like to fix that black smear there. You can just maybe do a dagger stroke going down. You know, and then you got a little comet going there. And then all we're going to do is maybe select randomly some of these. And we're just going to add some little bright dots there. So nomás estamos dándole luces altas a uno de nuestras estrellas aquí. Nomás estamos eligiendo puntos y y dándole más o menos. Y así como si embarran a uno de las estrellas, es muy fácil nomás darle una colita de rata para así para abajo y se hace un cometa, ¿verdad? Wow. Y otro acá. Right. So here we go. Here's the fun part, the very end. And we're going to start off with the yellow. So we're going to take this one off and we're going to fill it with yellow. So vamos a poner amarillo. And actually we could just take all these off because they're not that close to each other. So vamos a quitar todas estas aquí porque ya esto todo es lo que queda, ¿verdad? So here's the crazy part about this. We're going to fill them in with their respective color. And then we're going to make that shining light that's coming off of that. So le vamos a dar su color. Right, so this one's yellow. Get the yellow in there. All the way, fill it in. Right, once you got the yellow in there, take a little gray. Vamos a usar un poco de gris. Vamos a dar un poco de detalle para que se mire como una joya. And we're just going to add some detail in there to make it look like a jewel. Then we're going to take our white. Right, and you're going to make sure your airbrush doesn't have no dry tip or anything on it. And we're going to add the big white star. And all we're really doing is making a nice faint line that fades off to the sides there. And then we're going to make one kind of going up just to right there. Doesn't have to go much farther than that. And down. And the other way. Right, let that dry real quick. So todo lo que hacemos es una línea, ¿verdad? Medio borrosa, saliendo hacia el lado. Y luego la vamos a cubrir en amarillo. So we're going to go ahead and fill that in with yellow. Right, make sure the yellow is nice and filled in really good. Try not to get overspray over everything. Just cover the lines that we just painted. Make sure it's dry. So, están seguros de nomás cubrir las áreas que pintamos, ¿verdad? No echar pintura sobre todo, nomás cubran las líneas. Right, once that dry, we're going to come back in with white and just make a fine line. Make sure everything is dry. That wasn't dry. So, están seguros de que todo esté seco. Y nomás le vamos a dar una línea muy fina aquí en medio del amarillo. Right, so we're just, I like to build it up, so I'm just kind of slowly building up a white line inside that yellow. And if you build it up slowly, it kind of gives it that nice haze, but it leaves the yellow behind. Then we're just going to kind of, same thing going this way. And that's it. That's all you need. I'm trying to get that nice haze right in the middle. And yellow is one of those colors because it's yellow and it's so bright that, you know. But it's fine. It's good. And we can move on to the orange. So este de acá va a ser anaranjado. Y el mismo proceso le vamos a dar anaranjado primero. Alright, so same process. We're going to start with some orange. And we're just going to fill that in. Orange. So ya rellenando ese de anaranjado. Vamos a regresar igual con el gris. Dejar que se seque el anaranjado. So make sure that's dry. I'm just trying to go quick, but it's fine. Just make sure it's dry. Add a little bit of detail with the gray. I'm just going to go around it like so. Come back with the white. And we're going to make sure to skew it enough so it doesn't hit our next gem. So le vamos a dar un poco de espacio aquí para que no toque nuestra joya que sigue. Y le vamos a dar las líneas. Right, and we're just going to hit these kind of going like that. Again, we're going to cover those with orange. Hit them with some air, make sure they're nice and dry first. And again, just hit the area where the white is. You don't want to get overspray everywhere, you just want to get it in there. Like a little bit of overspray is okay because you do want it to have that glow, but you don't want a whole bunch of overspray everywhere. Come back with the white over the orange, make sure the orange is nice and dry first. And once we start layering this much paint on paper, it still takes the time to dry because it's no longer absorbing. So I'm trying to dry it off as best as we can. Right, take all this out. Then come back in with the white right inside of there. So usando el blanco por adentro del anaranjado y luego un punto borroso en el medio. Right, and we got that shine right in the middle, right, just to make a blurry dot. Then we move on to the red, and this process is probably pretty boring. But you know, this is the process. Now we'll do red, and then we'll do blue, then pink. So vamos a darle el rojo. I'm gonna fill that in. And same thing, we're gonna add our shine. We're gonna skew it enough that it doesn't hit either one of our jewels. So we do want to overlay over that one. It's gonna kind of come up on this direction. Bam. Cover that in red. And if you notice, I didn't add the gray in this one because the red's pretty dark compared to the other colors. So I just want to make sure to leave those outlines nice and detailed around the gem so you can tell that it's red. And just add that line inside of the red. And then add that nice point right there. Now we do the blue. You know, color by color. So ahora el azul, color por color. Right. I'm just gonna go around the edge. And then I'm just gonna shade that towards the center. I'm not gonna go all the way filling it in. Same thing with the shine. I'm gonna come in at an angle here so it doesn't hit any of our stuff. And this is why all that detail I was talking about in there, like you could do it if you want to, but once you start doing this, a lot of that kind of gets lost. You know, so again, we're gonna just hit the blue over those areas. And this is just light blue from Create Text, but it's pretty dark. Bright blue from Create Text. And we'll just add our line over that. And add white shine there. And you could go back over these. Right, last but not least right here is pink. And I'm just going to go ahead and use hot pink because it's nice and bright. So voy a usar color hot pink fluorescente. It's fluorescent hot pink. And if I could get some hot pink out of this bottle, it'd be great. There we go. Same process, just kind of throw some pink. Come back in with the whites. Cover it in more pink. Make sure that's nice and dry. Come back in with the white. Again, get those nice bright highlights in there. And last but not least, the green. So ya más queda el verde aquí. And I'm just going to use bright green for this. You can use hot green, bright green, but I'm just going to go with bright green for now. Right. And this one only has a shine that kind of comes off this direction, like so. And what I'm going to do is use the French curve here once this is dry. And I'm going to build the roundness of the gem. And then I'm going to build the highlight going off of it. Like that. Maybe build up that other edge as well. Just like that. And I think that's pretty much all of it. Take off that picture there. I mean, we could really go back and kind of want to go back and darken up that side of the face there. You could really go back and just detail the whole thing out as much as you want, but I get this side of the face. I'm behind the camera, so I can't really detail. I'm just gonna leave it before I mess it up. So, esta parte de aquí estoy atrás de la cámara. So, aquí ya le pueden meter todo el detalle que quieran. Y déjame quitar esa foto referencia. Y aquí ya ustedes se pueden dar lujo a la foto. Right, and it's hard to tell what's what, especially with the stars. So there you go. And again, if you're new, if you're just starting, this is a good little exercise. Keep you motivated. You're able to produce these results pretty easily following these simple steps. And, about an hour and a half of your time. And you get to have some fun and get a cool picture out of it. So, again, everything you need is down in the description. The links for the material of the plastic, the airbrush, the paint, everything is down in the description. If you use the links in the description, it helps the channel to bring more videos like this and help you out even more with your airbrush hobby or profession or whatever it is that you're doing. So ahí está, amigos. Ahí quedó el Thanos con su guante muy feroz. Y igual todas las materiales y los links para todo están abajo en la descripción. Usando esos links ayuda al canal a traerle más videos como este. Y sí, ojalá les guste. Y nos vemos en el video que sigue. So hopefully you guys like the video. And we'll see you guys next time. Make sure you hit that like button. It helps us out a lot. So denle me gusta abajo del video para ayudar al canal. Ahí para que más gente puedan ver el video. So thanks a bunch, guys. Thanks for watching. We'll see you guys in the next video. So gracias por ver, amigos. Y nos vemos en el video que sigue. Al rato. Thank you, everybody. Abismael Mendez. Thank you. Jorge Ramirez. Thank you too, sir, for watching. Cisco Kid, New York. Thank you, sir. Nightmare Rick. All right, everybody. I like it when people talk and chat. That's cool. We'll see you guys next time. Ahí nos vemos, amigos. Todos los que estaban viendo al rato.